Children, guess who we're going to meet today? We're going to meet Steffi, the supportive squirrel. Hey, hi Steffi, how are you? So say hi to Steffi.
Hello, Steffi.
Yes.
Hello, Steffi.
And Steffi is a supportive squirrel. Shall we learn all about Steffi?
Yeah.
Okay. A cool breeze rushed through the trees, making the few remaining leaves shake and fall to the ground. Should we use our fingers as they fall to the ground? Steffi, the squirrel, who was wrapped up in her big bushy tail like a blanket, knew it was that time of year again. Collection time! But collection of what? Is she there? There she is, look. She's got to go collecting. But what do you think Steffi might collect? Nuts! Are we ready? Well, Steffi was a ground squirrel, and squirrels needed to plan carefully for the season of winter, which was fast approaching. The cooler days and falling leaves told the animals in the forest that it was autumn, and they knew that the next season would be, what would the next season be?
Summer.
No, let me go summer, autumn, winter, and then spring. So it's coming towards the coldest time of year. So during the winter, there would be very little food available because nothing grew very much, and lots of the animals hibernated. Can we all show us sleeping and hibernating? Show me you sleeping?
Hedgehogs hibernate.
Hedgehogs do hibernate. Well, you might meet a hedgehog in a minute. So we're hibernating. This meant that they would sleep for a few months during the coldest time of the year. Steffi and her squirrel family, which are called a dray, enjoyed eating leaves, berries, plums, nuts, good girl, seeds, roots, insects, and the odd caterpillar. However, since becoming friends with Connor, the curious caterpillar, yay, hi Connor! Say hi to Connor.
Hi.
There's Connor! So since she became friends with Connor, the curious caterpillar, Steffi didn't eat caterpillars anymore. During the winter, there wouldn't be so much food around, so they needed to collect lots and store it up. Squirrels had an excellent plan to ensure that they had the food they needed. They planned to collect and create lots of food treasure boxes. So they get lots of food. Should we get lots of food? And they pack it. Everybody, you at home, pack into a treasure box and have our little treasure chest of food, and then we hide it. We dig it under, and we're going to come to it when we're really cold and really hungry. So, and they hid it in their burrows and holes. And burrows, what's a burrow? Does anybody know? What's a burrow?
It's a house that rabbits use.
Good girl, it's when we dig a hole, we could dig a burrow. Well done. It was actually really exciting. Building up. Oh, hang on guys. Everyone watch me say me. Alexander, watch me. Ready? Watch me. It was actually really exciting building up a box of hidden delicious treasures and then rediscovering them. During the winter, point to your tummies, when their tummies were rumbling. Can we make our tummies rumble? Rumbling. They relied on smelling their way back to food. Can you show me? They're smelling their way back to the food. Well done, children. And Steffi had a superpower, a super sense of smell to do this. So, on this cool morning, Steffi stretched. Everyone stretch. Steffi stretching, look. Stretch as she uncurled out of where she was. And she looked at the nest that she'd proudly made herself. She'd created it with sticks, twigs, moss, bark and grass. And it was halfway up the tree between two thick branches called a fork. Suddenly, the silence of the morning was broken by a "Good morning up there! Are you awake?" Steffi instantly recognised the bright and energetic voice. It was Harry, the healthy hedgehog. Her lovely friend. Hey, Harry. Hi. Say hi to Harry.
Hi.
There's Harry. Hi, Harry. Yes, I'm awake. I'll come down. Hang on a moment. Harry was a little prickly thing that some of the animals mistakenly called a hodgehog. Harry was a hodgehog. Harry was always correcting them. I'm a... What is he? He's a hedgehog. He's a hedgehog.
He's a
He's a hedgehog. Harry had come to wake up Steffi, ready for their morning exercise routine. Since having a few health problems, Harry was now a keen expert on how to have a healthy body and a healthy mind. So what has Harry got, children? A healthy and a healthy mind. Good. Well done, children. Very, very good. Harry did move a bit slower than Steffi because hedgehogs are a bit slow, aren't they? Do you think Harry's slow?
Yes.
Yeah. Harry did move a bit slower than Steffi, and he couldn't quite do the amazing gymnastics that Steffi could. But he loved running and turning into a ball and rolling down the hills. Can you all show me, guys? Show me what does he do? He rolls down the hills, Harry. He rolls down. He and Steffi had lots of fun together. He would watch her leap from branch to branch and scurry up and down trees as many times as her little heart beating faster and strength of her legs could carry her. Harry would count how many times she did it and would say, "Well done! Keep going!" Can we say that, children? Well done!
Keep going.
To encourage her. There she, look at her! Wow! Should we give her a clap? Steffi, like all squirrels, had a splendid tail with all sorts of clever qualities. She would use her tail to balance when she ran. She would use her tail as a kind of parachute, slowing her down. Look at her, woo! Slowing her down as she would fall to the ground, preventing her from landing too heavily. Her tail kept her warm. Everyone show me, like you're a squirrel with your tails. Give yourselves a big cuddle, keeping you warm at night. And then she'd use her tail as a fan to keep her cool when it's hot. I wish I had a big bushy tail like Steffi. She's so lucky, isn't she? Oh, 1 minute. Her tail helped her to communicate secret messages. She will do secret messages. Secret messages to each other. So guys, now when you see squirrels moving their tails, you know they're communicating secret messages. This was done by flicking her tail very, very quickly, 3 times in a row, which would warn other squirrels of danger. What is it, children? Danger! And when the tail flicks 3 times. It was now afternoon, and after her morning moving session, she felt great. She had a lot more energy and was ready to go foraging and collecting food for her special treasure box. For hours and hours, she scampered, scurried, climbed and collected so much food. Can anyone remember what food she collects? What does she eat? Nuts. Yeah, what else?
Seeds.
Seeds. Fruit. Good girl, well done. She decided... Leaves. Grass. That was for the nest though.
No.
Good job, good job. Well done, well done. She decided to count them very carefully. Should we all count up to 20? We ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can we go any higher? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. She got 20 nuts. Well done. 20 nuts. Wow. She shared out her food collection into different treasure boxes, because why does she have treasure boxes? Can you remember? What does she do with the treasure boxes?
She put them in burrows.
Good girl. She puts them in the burrow so that they're ready when she needs food. Good girl. So she put them in the different burrows. Only she would know where to find them again. During the winter, knowing that she was well prepared for when it was, Steffi slept well that night. Everyone show me sleeping? Oh, we're sleeping. We all sleeping? We all sleeping? Well done, guys. Another few weeks went by and the nights got darker and the days got shorter and the sun lost its heat. Winter had arrived in the forest. The branches became sparkly with frost and very slippery to climb. Steffi had to be careful. Be careful, Steffi, because she doesn't want to fall. One day, while she was curled up in her bed, everyone curl up, but wide awake, gazing down at the silver forest, she noticed a little hedgehog, smaller than Harry, called a hoglet. What's a baby hedgehog called, eh?
Hoglet.
A hoglet. Well done. He looked very confused. Show me your confused faces. He looked very confused and not very sure on his feet. It was supposed to be snuggled in a den, like Harry was now, and sleeping deeply. But the hoglet's tummy rumbled. Can we rumble? And it had woken up. The hoglet was now shivering and starving. So Steffi did something very kind. Does anyone know what Steffi might have done? What?
She brings him in the door.
Good girl. What do you think she might have shared? Her
Nuts.
nuts, she does. So she brings him in and she shares some food from her store. This wasn't the only time that Steffi would do something kind. A few weeks later, she noticed an older squirrel who was very thin and shaking in the cold. Are you all right? Steffi asked. No, I can't find my food store. I've been using my nose to try and locate it in the forest, but I can't pick up the scent. I don't know what to do. I'm so hungry. Can we rumble our bellies? I'm so hungry. Steffi immediately knew what she would do. Good girl, Sophia. She knew that she had so many nuts, berries, plants and tasty roots hidden away, untouched. She had enough to share around. Sharing was all about using what you have and giving some away to others who perhaps need it more than what you do. So she guided her new squirrel friend to her secret store and they uncovered the treasures and shared a meal. Steffi then made a nice pat lunch bag. Do you want to make a pat lunch bag out of thick leaves? And filled it with lots of food for her squirrel friend to take back to her nest. Thank you so much. That is so kind and generous of you, spluttered the squirrel, with food still in its mouth. Steffi smiled. It's good to help others. Can we all say that? It's good to help others. So, over the winter months, Steffi made it her job to look out for any homeless or hungry animals that needed some support. Not just with the food, but with improving their nests and making them warmer. Or needing their help to find their way somewhere. Steffi became known as a supportive squirrel. Can we say it, eh?
Supportive squirrel.
A supportive squirrel. Who always would lend a helping claw. Guys ready? Who would always
Helping.
Sorry, Marina. Steffi became known as the supportive. What is she, children?
Supportive squirrel.
The supportive squirrel, who would always lend a helping claw, nose, good girl, or mouth, or tail, if they were needed. Her acts of kindness helped many animals stay healthy and safe and survive the bleak winter. Now, being a supportive squirrel, can we give Steffi a big clap? Means the other animals.
She shared her food.
Good girl, she shared her